All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. And today is April the 2nd of 2026. And it's the day after April Fool's Day. So happy post April Fool's Day, everybody. And today we'll be talking about the Osmo 6. And that's coming up right after this. Hi everybody, welcome back to I Am Gadget Guy. I am Gadget Guy. You can call me Justin. Just nothing inappropriate. Okay? Alright, so yes, like I said before, we'll be discussing the Osmo 6 right here, okay? So I picked this up back in January. Well, I bought it in December, but it didn't get here until January. And I've been using it since January. Now, I could give a full breakdown of it, the settings and stuff like that, but there's plenty of other people out there that are more knowledgeable than me about the settings and stuff like that. So I'm just going to talk about the DJI 6, the full review of what I think this is all about, okay? So it is really super nice, okay? They do have that brand new aperture. I don't know if I like that or not. I'm still tinkering with it. I'm still playing with it and stuff like that. So I can't really say it's the best thing out there. No, I can't really tell you, I will do an update though, but I'm not sure when. Okay. But this is pretty nice. So on the sides right here, you have to press that and go down. Okay. And that opens up. This can come off. Okay. That just make sure that is in there secure so it'll go underwater. Now over here on the battery side, okay, you have to take it and push it up and then go down. Battery, I got a 512 meg in there, okay? So, this right here is a pretty good camera. Or not a camera. Yeah, it is a camera. Video action camera, I guess. And it can do a lot better at night than my Osmo 4, which I'm filming on right now. So let's take a look at some of the footage that I have shot. All right, so this is the Osmo 6. Yeah, I'm currently standing right here, Home Depot, and this is the Osmo 6 with the Super Night mode on. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference. Let me switch it off and we'll find out. All right, so this is the normal mode. This is at 2.7K. I don't film in 4K that often, but can you tell a difference without the Super Night mode on? Not of this filming in the dark, okay? And I did find out something. Let's take a look at that film right here. So yeah, this is me in my basement in my cold storage, and it is pitch black, and you can't see a darn thing, okay? Even with Super Night mode on. Okay, so I figured that, yes, you cannot see or film in a pitch black room with just Super Night mode on. Okay, you can't do that. All right, but if you have this right here, this goes on the side of the camera. Well, you can't really put it on the side because I don't have my cage on, but you can put it right here. See? Right there. And you can film with this on. See, let's turn this on. See how there's a light? That is those. Okay, so that's the lowest, medium, and then the bright. Okay, you can film with this in the dark, just like my Osmo Action 4. Okay, and no, I don't carry it around like this. I have this case right here. Okay, I have this let's see here, Fly Mile. I have this Fly Mile case. I have a small rig case for my Osmo Action 4, and I was thinking of getting that for my Osmo Action 6, but I already talked about this a bunch. So yeah, so this right here is pretty good. It protects it pretty good. The only problem is this. Here, I'll show you exactly what comes with the Osmo 6. All right, so here is all the Action 6 stuff that I got. Okay, so we got a battery charger with 2 batteries. I kind of wish they would come with 3, but they did not. It came with an extension. I'll pull that. See, it's pretty good size, you know. And then it comes with 2 of these. Okay, there's one here and one there. 2 screws to, you know, screw them on the top of something. I personally don't like these. I have some small ones I just put in there. Then I just have this right here. I can tighten it up with. And then, of course, it comes with the Osmo 6. Okay, it's got that. They kind of redesigned these. You have to push it up. There's the battery case. I have a 512 megabit in there, or 512 gigabit in there. Okay. And then over here, you have your USB right there. So you can take this off. Okay. But I don't know if you really want to or not, but so that is the Action 6. That's the Action 6 and what it came with. So now I wish DJI would take this right here. Okay. See how it has, just those are stationary. They don't go anywhere. I found these on Amazon. Okay. And they have folding. Okay. Why would I want to have folding? Well, number one is you can take this and screw it on there. See the difference? That has a little mount right there, and that does not. Okay. And I also have this little plate right here. Okay. That I use for some of my blogging stuff. So let me screw this on. Okay. Then over here, I have my PGY Tech Manus Pod. Okay. And I just slide this in here. Like that. And then sometimes these are hard to get in because it's a magnet, and then it just snaps in like that, and I can just undo it and move it to another device. Okay. Or I can just pop this off and pop it onto here because I only have this on here. So and so it did not come with a case. And why should it come with a case? Because it has that new filming system where you can film everything at once and then just pick what you want to do. And I was like, I need a case. Okay. So I was thinking of going with a small rig, but I decided to go with this one right here. Okay. So yeah, it's by Flymile. And it's pretty solid. And the reason why I went with this, I have a small rig for my 4, but it just was not looking good because it wasn't compatible with the backwards connectivity of some of the mounts I have. So like this right here, it wasn't compatible with that and stuff like that. It's really hard. So I decided to just go with this one right here. I like it because it has this little cover. And then it has a cold shoe right here. And it's got this right here. So I can put it up vertical if I want. Like that. If I so desire to. I just like it because it protects the camera a little bit better. I dropped my 4 when I was filming one time because it wasn't secured on here. And I'm glad I had a case on it because it was really protective.
But yeah, that's my case. Has a cold shoe mount. The only thing I do not like about this case is when I have this right here. Okay, this is a receiver, and it won't fit on here very well. You can open this up, you can take this off, but it just doesn't fit like here very well. You have to take the cage off in order to get a good connection. But yeah, this is the Osmo 6.
All right, so yeah, I have 2 extension rods now, so that's pretty nice. I keep one here and I carry one with me in my backpack so when I can go filming, boom, I got a tripod. I also have this thing right here, okay? It's a Manus Pod by DJI Tech. It's pretty nice to film with. So, yeah, this right here is pretty good. It even has an 8K footage. Let's take a look at what 8K looks like off of the Osmo 6. All right, so this is 8K using the internal mic on the Osmo 6. Let's take a look outside. Yes, it did snow here today, April 2nd. We just had 80-degree weather last week, and it did snow. So, yeah, I'm not sure how good this 8K is or not, but would you ever use it? All right, so could you tell a big difference? I'm not sure. All right, so yeah, that was 8K video. And this Osmo 4 is only set at 2.7K. Sometimes I film in 4K, sometimes I don't. All right, so that is just what it's all about, okay? Just your preferences. A lot of people do like 4K straight. That takes up a lot of room. And yeah, this takes up a lot of room for me. But so yeah, so let's take a look at some more video clips of the Osmo 6. Okay? So, right here is my snowblower. I was never able to use the snowblower this year because there was no snow. Okay? And actually mowed my lawn in March. I don't like to mow it until like May, but it was mowed in March. As you can see some of this footage right here of me, not me, but my son mowing the lawn. So, it works pretty good. The camera works pretty good. I really like it. Okay? And so, it is a nice camera. It's got a big old huge sensor on it. And is it worth the money? It's slightly bigger than the Osmo Action 4. And that's why you have to get a new case for it. And it did come with a case where the Osmo 4 did come with a case. Probably because you're like, oh, you don't need to do vertical because it has that vertical aperture in there. That setting. But you know what? I film things vertical like this because sometimes I'm still trying to figure out that aperture. I know I don't have all day anymore. I have a job. And I come home and I have a job here at home too. So, yeah. But the Osmo 6, I really super like it. The review of it, I'm not going to go over the specs or anything like that. Okay? Not at all. That is what those experts out there need to do, is go over that. So, my full review of this is it's a nice camera. I film 98% of the time on this. 1% on my Canon, which is downstairs in my makeshift YouTube studio, and my Osmo 4, the other 1%. Okay? Now, this one has subject tracking on it. I don't use it. Why would I use subject tracking when this is an action camera and I just use it to do YouTube videos and things like that? If I want to have my subject tracking, I would go along with this right here. Okay? It is the Osmo Pocket 1. Okay? And see how it flips on? Yeah, this has active track in it. It's not very good. No, I can tell you right now, it's not very good. I have lots of problems with that active track 1 on here. But the Osmo 3, no, not the Osmo 3, the Osmo Pocket 3 should have a really super good one. That's what I've heard. And the Osmo 4 coming out, it has better active tracking. So, but I don't need the subject tracking, so I don't ever use that. Okay, but this overall, in my opinion, is a good camera. Is it worth the upgrade to go from the 4 to the 6? Yeah, going from the 4 to the 6 is pretty good because I love that super night mode on here. So yeah, I don't have to carry around this all the time because the super night mode will do an excellent job. However, if you get in a really dark situation, this is where that comes in handy. The super night mode doesn't work very well in the dark. No. Okay, so yeah, but I really like this. The full review of it is, it's a good camera. It's nice and small. Well, the Osmo Action is smaller, but the Osmo Action 4 is a little bit smaller. But you know what? I like this. It's been my primary camera for filming. I carry both my Osmo 4 and this in my backpack just in case I need dual cameras. But I never do because I'm worried about them getting knocked over or run off with. Yeah, people will do that. That's so stupid. But I really like this. If you're going up from an Osmo 5, which I don't have, to an Osmo 6, I heard that it doesn't really matter. But that super night mode on this one is really super good. This is kind of why I wanted to get this one and move up from my Osmo Action 4, is because of the super night mode. And, well, of course, the 8K, but I never use 8K because it takes up a lot of space. Okay? So, I like it. It works good. Right now, I have it on 2.7 and 30 frames per second. I have Rocksteady on, and I have a wide lens. Okay? And I could go up to 4K in 30 seconds. That's fine with me. I don't really care. I do shoot some 4K videos. I need to start doing it more. I do have a 512 gig in here, so yeah, it's really super nice. But yeah, my full review of what my opinion is of it, not the settings and what it can do and how you can do time lapses and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do a time lapse video on here. I don't know. But it is really super good camera. I enjoy it, and I'm happy with it. Okay, Osmo Action 6. It's a good way to go, and I have this flywheel case right here. You just put it in here, and away we go. Yeah. So that is it. Osmo Action 6 is pretty good. I like it. And I would say go check it out if you are using a 3 or a 4 or original. Actually, I have an original back there. Go check it out. Okay, you can hook up to two mics to it. Like I have 2 of these small little mic minis. Okay, and I hook them up to this all the time, and so it's really super nice. So that is my review on the Osmo 6 after using it for 2 months or 3 months. Something like that. And I like it. All right. And so next week, we'll be talking about the DJI Wireless mic with a transmitter and a receiver. Okay. We talked about it a little bit before, how I unboxed it and things like that. I'll be talking to you about how I've used it out in public and stuff like that. And if I would actually use it all the time. Okay. So, yeah, that is it for today. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate that. And hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification right next to it so you will know when I publish another video. All right, guys. So yeah, Osmo 6, definitely keep it. All right, guys. And until the next video, I will see you later. Bye.